Today, I'm reviewing and testing the Boslla NP LED headlight upgrade. I've tested Boslla lights in the past, and I think they're pretty good lights. And we're going to find out together if this light lives up to my expectations. Hello everyone, and welcome to Car Light Reviews, where I perform consistent automotive light tests to help you make the best purchase decision, see better, and be seen better when driving, and of course, save you money. Now this is the Boslla NP LED headlight, and I like Boslla LED lights. On my other channel, InJasonsGarage, I did a review of the Boslla Bullet 4-color LED headlight that I installed on my Corvette in the fog light housing just for fun. It is a really neat headlight and it worked out very well. In fact, if you'd like to see me test that light here on this channel, Car Light Reviews, let me know. Speaking of this channel, recently I also tested the Boslla B1, a tiny LED headlight that did surprisingly well for its compact size. And I'll put links in the description to those other videos so you can check them out. And now Boslla has released the NP LED headlight upgrade, and I was pretty excited to see it come out, and I'm definitely interested in seeing how well it does in my tests. So how am I going to go about that? Well, first, like all my LED headlight upgrade videos, I'm going to do an introduction and unboxing, go over the published specs, cover some of the features, and then I'm going to test the brightness and light pattern for both projector and reflector housings to see how it performs. Now, let's get started with the unboxing. Comes with a basic user manual, nothing special. These are plug and play. Just replace your factory bulb with these. Now, if you're the kind of person that doesn't care about packaging, this is the light for you. There's nothing wrong with the packaging. It's just pretty basic, no frills. This is what you get, and that's fine. Let's start with the published specifications of this light. 50 watts each, 6,000 lumens each, and a color temperature of 6,000 K. It has a flip chip. It has an IP rating of 67, an hour rating of 30,000. Now that's less than the typical published specifications. It's usually 50,000. It does have an adjustable collar. It does have a fan for heat management. And as you can see, it has a completely separate external driver that connects with this connector right here. And I'll get into that in just a little bit. It does have a warranty of 1 year, and the price at the time of this video, before discounts per pair, is $99.99. And links are in the description to where you can buy the Boslla LED lights on Amazon or direct from Boslla. And here's my initial observations. It's got a good feel in the hand. It feels like it's made out of really good materials. It does not feel cheap at all. You can see that it does have a serial number right there, meaning that they track the quality. Not all lights have this. Some do, some don't. I like the knurling around the fan housing right here, especially when you're inserting it. Sometimes the lights can get slippery, and when you go to rotate it into place, that's a nice touch. Looks good. It does have a braided cable, and as I mentioned before, it has a separate external driver, and the driver feels like it's good quality, but the one thing I want to point out is the connecting system on it. It has a pretty foolproof connecting system where you can see there's a pin right there, and that pin has to go right in that hole. So when you connect these together, you can't get it wrong. It won't let you connect them. Let me, good and snug. You got a waterproof connection, just like that. It does have a single copper heat pipe for heat management. And overall, it seems just like a really good quality light overall. It's got a good feel. The specs look good, but now we really need how to see how it performs. And if you haven't seen how I test my LED headlights, check this out. For projector testing, I made a test rig using a 2017 Toyota Camry H11 headlight projector. And for reflector testing, I use an H11 headlight from a 2018 Ford F-150. I use these specifically because they are among the best-selling vehicles in America for over 20 years and are the most common on the road. I'll power the lights using a benchtop power supply, and I'll position the light's hot spot onto a lux meter that is 20 feet away, mounted on my garage door. I'll record the initial brightness and then again after 27 minutes to document how well the light manages heat. I use 27 minutes because that's the average commute time in the United States. My tests aren't for lux number accuracy, but for comparison to a stock H11 halogen bulb, which measures 725 projected lux and 910 reflected lux using my test method. Different tests in different environments will give you different results. So if you want to do the same tests of your own, I list all of the equipment I use in the description of this video. Also, be sure to check the description of this video for important notes on aiming headlights, how to ensure you've picked the right headlight for your application, and the current legal status of replacing halogen headlight bulbs with LEDs. And before I get to my testing, if you found this video helpful, valuable, or entertaining, I'd like to ask you to help me make more of them, just like this one. Click on the thumbs up, Click on the thanks icon to directly support this channel, subscribe to this channel, and hit the bell if you haven't already. And of course, you can visit my Patreon page to learn how you can support this channel for as little as $1 a month and get some pretty cool Carlight Reviews goods in return. Any one of those would really make my day and make me a happy guy, and it only takes a minute. Now, let's see how the Boslla NP did in my projector and reflector tests. For the projector, 2020 lux, that's 1,295 lux over the halogen 725 lux measurement. And after 27 minutes, the average commute time in the US, it retains an impressive 79% of that light output, making it 1,360 lux, which is 635 over halogen, almost twice as bright. Now this is the third brightest light I have tested in a projector so far for both initial output and after 27 minutes. This is behind the X77 Aurora and the AuxBeam GX. But that brightness is no good if it can't be controlled. So let's see how it compares to the halogen beam pattern. For as bright as this light is, the projector light pattern is surprisingly close to stock. It has a very clean top cutoff, and the common weak spot here is not very weak at all. I think this is one of the best projector light outputs for a high power LED upgrade that I have tested so far. So what do you think? Have a look at my other videos and compare. But now, let's take a look at how it does in a reflector. In the reflector, 4,310 lux. That's 3,410 over the halogen 910 lux. Once again, the third brightest I have tested so far in initial brightness, behind the X77 Aurora and the AuxBeam GX. However, after 27 minutes, it does keep 79% of that light output, reducing it to 3,405 lux, or 2,495 over halogen. Because the percentage of light output retained after 27 minutes is higher than the X77 Aurora, which is 67%, and the AuxBeam GX, which is 74%, the Boslla NP is the brightest I have tested so far in my reflector test after 27 minutes of runtime. Nice job, Boslla, but once again, it has to be controlled. So let's see how that reflector light pattern is compared to halogen. It does well here, but it could do better, and this light must be used with caution in a reflector. There is a very pronounced artifact right here, and it starts to get pretty blurry right here. And you can also see the output is inconsistent right here in this area. Now, considering the high reflector light output, it could be much worse, but as always, you still need to aim these headlights very, very carefully, or the light will become unusable and will blind oncoming drivers. As mentioned, there is a published rating of 50 watts per light, and I observed 52.8. 2.8 watts higher than published. This is pretty rare, most tests lower than published. And for heat management, after 27 minutes of runtime, the average commute time in the United States, my FLIR thermal camera recorded 213 degrees Fahrenheit or 110 degrees Celsius for the main unit and 124 degrees Fahrenheit or 51 degrees Celsius for the driver. This light is very, very bright, but it manages the heat at a reasonable level. And by the way, if you want to compare all specifications of all the lights I've tested so far, I put a link in every video description to a free spreadsheet that I update with every video release. Feel free to download it and compare all those specifications. I think this Boslla NP is a very, very good light. It definitely lives up to my expectations from Boslla, and it holds its own against the other heavy hitters in brightness from my testing videos. And if you're looking for a quality light with great projector light output pattern, this is definitely a solid choice. And one thing I want to mention, Boslla also has the ND series of this light, which has more LED chips, higher wattage, and brighter output than this NP, but because it has more chips, I kind of wonder if it doesn't make the light pattern a little bit worse, especially in the projector area. Let me know if you want me to test that one in the future, and we can see how it compares. It might be the new leader in brightness, and we may get to find out. As mentioned, links to where you can buy the Boslla NP are in the description, and if you are buying through those links, that is one more way you can support this channel at no additional cost to you. And if I have any coupon codes to save you money, I'll of course include them there as well. And once again, click on the thumbs up, the thanks icon, and be sure to subscribe and hit the bell if you haven't already. And if you have a suggestion on what I should test in the future, please leave a comment and I'll check into it. And as always, thank you so much for watching. I hope this video helps you to find the right lighting upgrades for your needs so you can enjoy your car more and save you money. Keep your headlights aimed, drive safely, responsibly, and respectfully.